heading into 2022, and in international news, here are 4 stories that I'll be following. First, Iran. Of course, an international issue key to those of us here in Israel. And in 2022, the cliche will actually be true. This is a critical year for the Iran nuclear issue. Iran spent 2021 stalling and dragging out nuclear talks. It will not be able to spend all of 2022 doing the same. At some point in the year's 365 days, there will be a do or die point for the talks. And in spite of conventional wisdom, don't count out some kind of agreement. Either Iran or the United States may be bluffing, willing to accept much worse terms than they're letting on, posing a huge challenge for Israel. I'll also be looking at elections. After a slow 2021, the global elections calendar for 2022 is packed, and some of the world's leading populist firebrands might lose. Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, Viktor Orban in Hungary. In the Philippines, Rodrigo Duterte is term limited out and may not have a viable succession plan. In Europe, the biggest ticket election is in France. Emmanuel Macron is a huge favorite. In the US, the solid money is on Republicans winning the House of Representatives come November. Not everything will change in 2022. Some things will stay the same, like the competition between the US and China. 2021 was the year in which the battle was fully joined. In 2022, it will continue to play out. And we will be watching it here in the Middle East. The United States has drawn down in the greater Middle East to focus on competing with China in East Asia. But China could be the force that brings America back to the Middle East. That trend will take years to play out, but we could continue to see initial signs of it in 2022. And can we forget that we're still in a global pandemic? People in Western countries and in Israel seem to want to forget. And the pandemic, especially at this point, is something that can be willed away. The change in elite American opinion on the pandemic in late 2021 was astonishing. In 2022, we'll focus more on the aftershocks of the pandemic. There is the economic mess of inflation and supply chain shock, and a study cited by The Economist that should raise our eyebrows. Pandemics, it turns out, tend to lead to political instability 2 years after they start. That means 2022. And it happens in middle-income countries. Now, what are some middle-income countries? Iran, Turkey, Egypt, Russia, China, Brazil. Some of the pivots of the international system and of the Middle East are middle-income countries. If the study is right, expect a very eventful 2022.